Good day, my fellow treasure hunters. My name is Rick Miller. I'm the founder of Kids at Hope, but I'm also a professor at Arizona State University, where we study hope. The second piece to that framework, the first piece being the foundation based on the belief, the second piece of that framework is what we call the connect. That kids do better when they have meaningful and sustainable relationships with caring adults. Simply speaking, they do less better than when they don't have meaningful and sustainable relationships with caring adults. Once you understand the importance of those relationships, you have to strike them. To make that easier to understand, we created the metaphor of the four aces. The four best cards you have in a deck of cards are the four aces: ace of hearts, ace of clubs, ace of spades, and ace of diamonds. So let me simply define each of the four aces and their significance. The ace of hearts represents those adults who are responsible for the child's physical and emotional well-being 24/7 with unconditional love. If you have that person in your life, you're off to a great start. If that person is missing in your life, you're off to a very shaky start. Doesn't mean you're going to fail, means life is going to be a little bit more rocky than it would have been if you had that unconditional love of a caring adult 24/7, 365. That could be a parent, it could be a grandparent, it could be a foster parent, but it isn't a surrogate parent. It isn't a part-time parent. I know lots of people will say, our kids don't have good parents, they actually accept me as a parent. You cannot be a surrogate parent. If you're not there 24/7, if you're not there with a washcloth on their forehead at 2 o'clock in the morning when they're vomiting, they're missing the ace of hearts. So we understand that. The ace of hearts is that unconditional love, 365, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. The second ace, the second meaningful relationship with a caring adult that we began to fully understand was just simply other caring adults, surrounding kids with adults who care about them. It's not the fact that we don't have enough adults in children's lives. The problem is that we don't have enough caring adults in children's lives. We have adults who will teach them reading, writing, math, and science. We have adults who will supervise them. We have adults who will instruct them, teach them art, teach them sports, teach them drama. We have adults who will supervise them in detention facilities, counsel them, provide social work activities with them. We have lots of adults who are doing lots of things for kids. What we're most interested is if one of those things that you do for kids is to express your deep affection and caring about them. We want to better understand that. So that's what we refer to as the ace of clubs. And that has nothing to do with anyone's job title. It has everything to do with your heart, the way you see kids, and your affection towards them. That could be grandparents, uncles, aunts. It could be coaches. It could be cafeteria people. It could be the maintenance custodians. It could be anyone who cares about kids is an important person in a child's life. See, children will never judge you by what's on your business card or on your job description. They will simply judge you by what's in your heart. We ask kids, who are the caring adults in your life? And we're heartbroken when lots of kids can't identify a single caring adult. It's not that they can't identify adults. Again, they have lots of adults. It's we're heartbroken when they can't identify a caring adult. We call those the ace of clubs. The ace of spades are those special adults who are known to believe in kids more than they believe in themselves. When other adults may think it's time to give up on a kid, expel them and suspend them or detain them, and in some cases that is the fact that has to happen for a short period of time, these adults will also identify the strengths and assets in the kid. They will talk about Johnny being able to smile. He doesn't smile much, but when he does smile, he can melt an iceberg. They'll talk about little Janie, who's 12 years old, who acts out constantly, is just a tear in school, but they know something about when Janie goes home, she takes care of a 6-month-old baby because mom's on a drug binge or an alcohol binge. She diapers that baby, she feeds that baby, she consoles that baby. Yes, she acts out in school, but they know something about Janie that other people miss. They dig deep into the souls of the kids that they work with. So that's the ace of spades, that person who believes in kids more than they believe in themselves, and sometimes believes in kids more than the other adults believe in that young person. The fourth ace is the ace of diamonds. And the ace of diamonds represents 4 senses that seem to support this idea of kids feeling successful. The 4 sides of the diamond. The first side represents belonging, that kids feel that they're a part of something larger than themselves. Their school, their classroom, their sports team, they feel like they're connected to that in a supportive way. The second side of the diamond is a sense of value, that children feel like they're valued in that organization. They have something to contribute. The third side is a sense of competency, that they're learning something, that while they're there, something is happening. They're picking up new knowledge, they're picking up new skills. And the fourth side of the diamond is a sense of empowerment, that what they're learning is going to be helpful to them later on in life. It's not just for that moment, it's forever, and that becomes important. So in your programs and your curriculum and your activities, are you giving out the ace of diamonds? In your programs and your curriculum and your activities and your comings and goings with kids, do they know that you believe in them sometimes more than they believe in themselves? And are you that caring adult in their life? So you don't control the ace of hearts, but you control 3 other prominent, profound aces. Kids can succeed with 1 ace. It's easier to succeed with 2, much easier with 3, and certainly much more powerfully with 4. The question we ask is, how many aces do children leave with each day that they're in school? Do they leave with 1 or more aces? And if they don't, what's preventing adults from giving kids aces? So that becomes an important part to the Kids Hope framework. The first part is the foundation, believing that all kids can succeed, no exceptions. That's huge. The second part is connecting with kids in meaningful, sustainable ways. We call those the 4 aces. We know adults control aces. We know kids need aces. If kids are getting the aces, it's because adults are giving it to them. If kids are leaving without aces, it's because for whatever reason, adults aren't able to pass those aces on to children. Thank you.